I missed Vincent Paronnaud's modern fable, Hunted, when it premiered in January on Shudder. But I recently caught up with it, and man, do I have a harrowing trip through a treacherous landscape to share with you. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights, a part of the Kings of Horror Network. I'm ML Miller. While you might be watching this video on the Kings of Horror Network, I urge you to click over to my ML Miller Frights YouTube page and give it a like. Please share with all of your buddies. Click subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to ring that bell for notifications. Hunted is now streaming on Shudder. It's directed by Vincent Paronnaud and written by Vincent Paronnaud, Leah Pernollet, and David H. Pickering. Eve, played by Lucy Debay, is a meek Frenchwoman working in the UK in town on business who leaves her phone in her hotel room in order to get space from an ex-boyfriend who won't stop calling her. This is the first mistake of many Eve makes as she runs into a guy at a bar, played by Harrowing Worthalter, and his friend, Ciarán O'Brien, who at first appear harmless and fun, but soon reveal themselves to be sadists bent on abducting and doing terrible things to her. When their car crashes on a country road in the middle of the night, Eve escapes and runs for her life, with the two men in pursuit of her. Hunted is a present-year version of Coralie Fargeat's Revenge from 2018. Just as Fargeat's film was visually stunning and metaphorically potent, Vincent Paronnaud's Hunted is as well in spades. The story is built around a fable told around a campfire at the beginning, mixing shadow puppetry and animation about a young girl persecuted and exploited by a group of men only to befriend the forest around her in order to fight back against them. There is then one of many harsh shifts in perspective and setting to the modern world, full of predators just as treacherous. While the film has a simple theme, and one common in many horror films, that of a passive person struggling to be heard, respected, and simply exist in a harsh and cruel world, the depths with which this film goes is both impressive and awe-inspiring. Hunted is a film best experienced big and loud. It's basically one long chase scene from beginning to end where the pursued becomes the pursuer and back again. This is an extremely unpredictable film that never lets up with creative imagery, out-of-the-blue complications, and scenes you simply won't see anywhere else. The further into the story and deeper into the woods, the more surreal and unnatural this film gets, eventually culminating into a symphony of blood and violence that you simply won't see in any other film. Things get primal and savage as these men and this woman get more and more desperate, with much of the final moments simply being guttural and animalistic screams and grunts. Lucy Debay as Eve and Harrowing Worthalter as the guy are both jaw-droppingly good here. Debay plays the literal babe in the woods extremely well. She's dazed, sleep-deprived, and traumatized while attempting to survive the experience with little knowledge of the terrain around her. Later, she snaps and goes full-on Braveheart on her tormentors, which is a believable, impressive, and horrifying turn. Worthalter is marvelous as the ultimate predator. He could have just played the typical blowhard male, but excels at making this role much more individualistic and unique. Worthalter sort of looks like a cross between Joaquin Phoenix and Jason Bateman, and this similarity gives the actor all the more gravitas because of it. There's a deep psychosis at play with Worthalter's character, and it's truly scary. The final battle between Debay and Worthalter is a tussle for the ages, and in a single line, "I love you," you realize just how messed up this entire situation really is. While most fables, especially ones with themes of feminism and female empowerment, are often filled with stereotypical depictions, Hunted breaks from the norm and gives these characters much more meat than necessary, making them all the more real and so much scarier. Director Vincent Paronnaud, who was responsible for the Oscar-nominated animated feature Persepolis, delivers one of the most intense, unpredictable, unique, and visually stunning films of the year. There are sequences in Hunted that you simply won't believe. There are hard transitions from the deeply wooded landscape to a civilized world that is jarring as all get out because you've been immersed in the primordial ooze of this film for so long. It's a wonderful fable come to life, with moments of the basest of terror paired with scenes of sheer enchantment. While there are similarities to Little Red Riding Hood, I think comparing it to that story is not giving this powerful and original fable the credit it deserves. By the time Hunted was over with, I was gasping for breath and scanning the periphery for threats of both man and beast alike. Yes, this is a film about female empowerment, but beyond that, it's a story about desperate survival. It's man against man and man versus the elements at play here, and it's done in a way that is absolutely unforgettable. Don't miss this movie. That'll be it for today. Please chime in down below in the comments and let me know how on the nose or mind-numbingly wrong I am, or you can counter with your own review. So guys, you know how YouTube works. I'd love to be able to dedicate more time to this channel. I'm not monetized yet, so if you want to help me out, remember to hit all the pertinent bells and whistles down below. Want some spooky comics to read? I have 2 new horror comic book trade paperbacks you should look out for. Both Gravetrancers and Pirouette, collecting never-before-published issues, can be found in only the finest of comic book shops. If you're looking for written reviews, you can find them on my website, mlmillerwrites.com. If you really want to show your support, I also have a Patreon page at mlmiller. Look for the link to my Patreon page down below. Thank you so much for your time, and take care.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your